Alrighty, and next up we got Kevin Aguilera versus Tucker Lutz. Kevin's coming in here with the 17-4 record, 32 years old, 5'7" with the 73-inch reach. The comeback on Lutz is 26 years old, 11-1 record, 5'7" with the 72-inch reach. So these guys are pretty much virtually identical. And Kevin coming in here on a 3-fight losing skid where he has losses to Charles Rosa, which was a split decision. Some people think it was controversial. The loss before that is coming off Zubair Tukhugov. Everybody knows him as the guy that punched Conor. He did lose in the first round of that one. It was kind of a weird fight. They were basically filling each other out the whole 3 minutes, and Zubair landed a good hook on him, knocked him out, and it was pretty much over. It was real quick. Couldn't really take anything away from that too much. But the fight before that, he fought Dan Ige and went to a decision. And that was the one where I kind of, took a lot from. I did like that he was able to, stay at range with Ige and have success himself. Ige is a dangerous striker, very fast, very quick with a high IQ. And him and Aguilar, he did lose a unanimous decision, but Aguilar did, have his spots and success and whatnot. And the comeback on Lutz, he is pretty much a straight grapple fighter. He's 26 years old, so he's real young, real green in his career, even though he has 11 fights. This is going to be his UFC debut. He has 2 fights on the Contender Series, which he won 2 decisions. They were very lackluster, and the man pretty much knows what he wants to do, and he goes out there and does it. He has basic stand-up. He does like to, use a Muay Thai background where he, throw leg kicks, scream out, and kind of like a Caitlin Kagan, who we will talk later in the evening about. But he has that kind of style. It's really not a fan favorite type style, but if you're a better man, it's kind of one of your favorite styles you would like to bet on. So going into it, I really feel like Tucker is the pick here, strictly because he's gonna be there the whole fight. He doesn't really have any gas tank issues. And the comeback on Kevin, the man's really live in those first couple rounds. He throws heavy and he throws often. But once he starts getting out of that first round, second round he slows down, and in that third round he's really gassed. So once it comes to that third round, I just feel like Tucker Lutz is going to be, way too much for him. And even in the second round, he's going to be way too much for him. And then in the third round, he might be live for a finish. So, real quick, I'm going Lutz, but I won't be surprised if Aguilar gets him out of there in that first round, with a big KO. What about you, bud?
For me, with Aguilar, he did coming off that tough split decision loss to Charles Rosa, like you mentioned. He took a lot of kicks from Rosa. It took a long time to get aggressive in that fight. Coming off of 3 straight losses since being in the UFC, Kevin, he does have decent hands when he does let them go, but he finds to be real hesitant at times. He has fought some tough guys since being in the big show. He is moving up in weight as well, so it's going to be interesting to see if he could bring more power with him up to 155. And as for Lutz, like you mentioned, this guy has been decisioning him up, since the Contender Series. He has decent hands. He lost his first fight of his career by TKO, and since then he's rattled off 11 in a row. But his opponents, I think his opponents' like overall record is like almost 500. So it's like not nothing to be too impressed about as far as like the opponents that he's fought, and it's not that impressive to me anyway. As you can see on the Contender Series, he does stand pretty straight up, and he throws those big bombs. He can get caught as well. He does get hit. This is a big fight for Lutz to show if he really belongs in the UFC, and it's a big fight for Aguilar as well to see if he's going to be able to keep his job. I'm with you on that. If Aguilar is going to do any damage, it's got to be early. As the fight goes on, I see Lutz taking over, and I have the odds here for my bookie. They have it pretty close. It could be give or take depending on where you're betting at. But Aguilar, they have him placed at minus 110, and for Top Gun Lutz, it's minus 120. I'm gonna lean Lutz on this one. That's gonna be my pick for the fight, but I can't say I'm fully confident in that.
Yeah, It's definitely going to be a good fight. I really wouldn't want to part with any of my money on this. The only thing that I really would probably want to part on it would be a prop, and that'd probably be maybe Kevin Aguilar first round KO, which is looking at about a plus 1,000 right now. Which, I mean, once you start getting those 4 digits, that's when you start, making the good money. So I wouldn't be mad at a sprinkle on that. But overall, as just a pure pick, I'm taking Lutz, and I'm taking Lutz just by decision. I see him getting the later rounds 2 and 3. See him losing that first round. Kevin Aguilar, he like I said, he definitely has the more experience and the better competition experience. So, I mean, don't be surprised if you see him come out here, and make some adjustments to what Lutz is doing, and find a finish later. I just think it's highly unlikely. That being said, I'm going for Kevin Aguilar, sprinkle a prop, first round TKO, plus 1,000. But on a pure pick, I'm taking Lutz by decision.
I would agree on that. So it looks like we're both on Tucker Lutz to get the victory in this fight.